Welcome back to the Perks Recap Podcast. It is time to preview Week 18 in the NFL. One of the most difficult weeks to predict because players aren't playing and guys are sitting, guys are resting. It's very difficult. Al, Brandon, you guys ready to dive into this?
Darn right, man. Hey, we're hovering just above 500 and ready to rumble after last week.
All right. Go ahead, Al. Take over and let's get going. And plus, by the way, when I write these out like a couple weeks in advance in terms of like the games, like I have a whole notebook of everything we predict and everything. And when I wrote this out, none of the games had a time yet. So mine are all out of order. So anyway.
All right. Okay. Well, I have them. I think I did it last night, so I think I have them with the proper times. But
yeah,
if
you even
either
know
of
that?
you guys,
I didn't even realize that. Like I thought there would be a couple that can move around, but literally every single game was TBD.
Yeah, I think they started doing that a few years ago.
I didn't realize they did that either until I was looking at the schedule. That's pretty wild. That's cool they do that because now they can give us two games that really matter on Saturday.
Yeah.
Starting with Carolina at Tampa at 4:30 on Saturday, and the battle for who doesn't want this division more. I think it's going to be who loses this game, not who wins. What do you say, Brandon?
Yeah, Bucks are favored by 2.5 on this one, but I think it's just a home team essentially. We kind of talked about it on the review pod. I just do not have any faith in the Bucks right now. I believe I picked the Panthers the last time these teams faced off. I'm going Panthers 21-14. One score game, but a whole touchdown difference.
Dig that, Craig.
Yeah, well, you probably know where I'm going. I mean, I was on Carolina's from the beginning of the year. They actually have a chance to make me look pretty good, so I'm not going to deny them that chance. I'm going to go with them as well. I'm going to go with 23-21 in a tight one, but it also has to do a lot with how terrible Tampa Bay looks.
Yeah, fair. That is absolutely fair. And Joe?
Oh, Joe, actually right there with me, Carolina 23-20. I didn't even realize that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, no.
What was your score?
I did 21-14.
Okay, cool.
Dude, you're not going to believe this. This is the first time in the history of us doing this, with Joe at least, that this has happened. I am picking Carolina 23-20.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
3 out of 4 of us? That's crazy.
All close.
Yeah.
Wow. So this will be the week Tampa actually wins, and
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a Bryce Young stinker, then they could win because we don't know. But the fact that he's coming off of a stinker makes me think maybe he'll have a good game in him.
I'm right there with you on that. That's so funny, and I'm right there with you on that.
There's no outcome of this game that would really surprise me, I don't think.
No.
Though, and famous last words on that, though, I told my brother-in-law that he should start Josh Allen in his fantasy playoffs last week against the Eagles because it was either him or, who was it? I can't remember who his option was, but I was like, dude, first of all, he's Josh Allen. Second of all, he's not going to have 2 bad weeks in a row. Whoops.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, shoot. All right. Moving on to another game that matters a lot. And, is there a better candidate for game of the weekend? I don't think so. Not in my mind. Seattle at San Fran, 8 o'clock. Craig, take it away.
Yeah. This is a tough one to pick because it's in San Fran. It'd be a lot easier if it was in Seattle. Because right now, they are, they're pretty much the juggernaut right now and playing as good as or better than everybody else in all of football, except for maybe San Francisco. San Fran has won 8 out of 10, 8 out of 9, or maybe 7 out of 8, something like that. They've won a lot. And they're on quite a streak.
6 in a row, I can tell you that for sure, Craig.
6 in a row. There you go.
By the way, the Seahawks have also won 6 in a row.
Yeah, it's been a Purdy party over in San Francisco. But I gotta say, I can't. I'm not quitting Seattle. Even though they're on the road, I know, but I'm going to Seattle, and I'm going with them 27-23 in a tight one. But I think that defense will answer the bell late in end the game there. I think San Fran will have the ball last, down 4, and not be able to get it done. I think Seattle's defense will.
Love it. Love it. Joe?
Joe is also on Seattle as well. And he's got 34-27.
Okay. Love it. Love it. Brandon?
Before the season, I put in a bet for the Seahawks to win the division. So
No way.
Yeah, so I've got a little bit of incentive for them to win. But as I'm looking at this game, I think Seattle's defense is obviously playing spectacular, but San Fran is also just finding a way to get it done. As you mentioned, Craig, they're at home. Just something in me saying it's going to be another Purdy party. I'm going Niners, and I'm going with a big score, 37-34. I think it's going to be a lot like the 49ers Chicago game from last week, where both teams are just kind of going back and forth, and maybe whoever has the ball last ends up taking it.
Love it. Love it. This is fascinating. So, it's not quite the 3 same scores as last time, but Brandon and I are eerily on the same page here. This was a toss up for me. I crossed out a couple different times here. No outcome will surprise me here. This is 2 very good teams. So I just decided in the end to go with the home team, and I'm taking San Fran 37-32.
Nice. Yeah, really close.
Man, what a fun game. I can't wait for that one. That's going to be so awesome. All right. Moving on to Sunday at 1. First game. Okay. Oh, the Phillip Rivers era has ended in Indy. It is Riley Leonard, I think his name is, leading Indy at Houston.
Houston, such a fun team. Such a team that I a lot like Jacksonville. They're going to be fun to see them in the playoffs, you know?
Yeah.
See what they do in the playoffs with that defense. Defense usually travels well in the playoffs, so I think they're going to do well. So I think they're just going to ride that. I'm assuming everybody's playing. I haven't heard anything about them not because.
As far as I know.
Right? Because can they improve their seeding? Maybe not.
I think a little bit, but does a 3 and a 2 really matter? Or no? Well, they're 5, but no.
Right.
Well,
yeah. Either way, I'm going to go with Houston. And assuming everybody's playing, I'm going Houston 26-17. And Joe agrees he's going 20-13 Houston.
Ooh, they are playing for a home playoff game in the wild card round.
Well, there you go.
Can they still win the division over Jacksonville? No, right?
No, I don't think so. If the Texans, they can. If Texans win,
they
can win the division.
Yeah.
So both teams will have all their guys playing for sure.
Yeah. So
that's right. Doom for Indianapolis.
Yeah, so I actually adjusted my score a bit because I just thought more about Riley Leonard playing. But I think it's one of those, the Texans kind of do just enough to win on the offensive side. I'm going Texans 20-9.
Right on.
Yep. Close to Joe's 20-13.
Okay. Yeah, listen, there's no doubt who I'm taking in this game. This is an easy pick. It's Houston all day long. And I'm going to go 26-13. Figure that it might be better making that 26-3, but I'll stick with 26-13.
Well, close to me. I have 26-17.
Nice. Love it. So, yeah, we're unanimous on that one, obviously, right?
Yes. The other one was 2-2. Me and Joe picked Seattle. You guys both picked San Francisco.
Okay.
And we all picked Carolina as well.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now, moving on. This is a fascinating little game here, especially after last week's interestingness. Cleveland at Cincinnati in a game that means nothing, but is still kind of interesting to me.
Yeah, go ahead, Brandon.
I was going to say this is one of those games, kind of like the Browns, Pittsburgh, where it's a divisional, so sometimes things go a little weird with that. Although Cincy is obviously a high-powered offense, so that's different there. But I just don't think it's going to be Cincy's going to score quite as many points as they have these last few games. I'm going Cincy 27, Browns 21.
Craig?
Yeah, I probably gave them too many points because of with Cleveland's defense, but I have Cincy 30-19. They probably won't score 30, but I'll leave it there. I really want to see Myles Garrett get the sack record.
Yeah.
But I also really want to see Joe Burrow throw for like another 380 yards. Just because it's fun.
Could have both.
Yeah.
And listen, the fact that Burrow is going to try to throw for that many yards makes it more likely that Myles Garrett will get the sack record. So they work hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, yeah, man, that's awesome. Okay, and Joe?
Joe is with us. Joe has 24-16 Cincinnati.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'm taking Cincinnati as well. I was tempted to take if Cleveland had been at home, I think I would have maybe taken them, but not at Cincinnati. I'm going to take Cincinnati 27-20. This is a good game too to try to get some kind of better feel for Shedeur Sanders going into the offseason because he's playing arguably. I don't think it's even arguable actually. I think they are like statistically the worst defense in football. So Shedeur has a chance to put up some good numbers here, and Cleveland and him feel good about what's going on there going into the offseason maybe. You know what I mean? And if he throws up another couple pick game and doesn't play that well, then, you know, everybody's kind of scratching their heads. So it's an interesting one in that regard for me. But I'm taking the Bengals 27-20, and again, another one very close to Brandon.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Now, all right, moving on. AFC South, Tennessee at Jacksonville. Craig, take it away.
Well, now that we know Jacksonville is going to need to win the game to secure the division, they should take care of business here. They've been scoring a lot of points actually lately. What was it? 10 touchdowns 2 weeks in a row, with like 5 2 weeks in a row for Lawrence before this past week. I think it was. I think he had 5. Trevor Lawrence. Didn't he have 10 touchdowns over the last 2 weeks before this week? I think he had 5 2 weeks in a row.
Definitely last week.
He had that, because he ran for a couple, and he had that big game.
I think he had 10 touchdowns over the course of 2 games, but not including this past week. Week 16 and week 15.
I think you're right. I think we went through that.
Yeah, he had five passing versus the Jets, and then 3 passing, and I believe 2 rushing against the Broncos. I think you're right about that.
So their scoring is the whole point of that is their offense is clicking, and he's playing well. So, in the game they need at home against Tennessee, they're not going to lose it. I have 30-18.
Right on.
Jacksonville. And Joe has 34-18. And if you guys have those scores up, haven't they scored over 30 like 3-4 weeks in a row as well?
Not this past week, but maybe before that, right?
I can call it up, see if I can get it. Go ahead. You guys talk. I'll pull that up. Pull it up.
Take it away, Brandon.
All right, yeah. I'm going to give the Titans a bit of respect here, as we've talked about previously. They're starting to play a little bit better. But I'm right there with you guys. I've got the Jags 32-20.
Okay. Yeah. Listen, I'm with you. I'm giving Tennessee some respect. They played some tough football for the last month or so. They've improved more and more as the season went on. Not enough to that I think they're going to beat Jacksonville in a game that matters on the road, but I'm going to make it tight. I'm going to relatively 30-24, Jacksonville.
Nice.
And Craig, did you say Joe's score on this one?
Oh, no, I didn't. 34-18. Oh,
Okay.
I went 30-18. That's cool.
Nice.
By the way, in week 16, Jacksonville scored 34 points against the Broncos defense.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the week before that, they scored 48 against the Jets.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and the week before that, they scored 36.
Against who?
The Colts.
Dang, man. Yeah, well, you can't ask for any more than what they're doing. That's for sure.
Yeah, the whole point, again, is they're clicking on offense.
No doubt about it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. Moving on to, Craig, you take this. Oh, no, wait. Actually, both of you guys have, this is, you guys arm wrestle for who takes this one first. The Cowboys at the Giants.
Go ahead, Brandon.
All right, I'll take it. Yeah, same thing applies here as did last week, I think. The Giants are going to try. They're going to play hard. They're going to play all their players. Neither team really has anything to play for. I've got the Giants winning this one, 31-28.
Right on, Craig.
Yeah, I don't know. In terms of Dallas, I heard Javonte Williams is nicked up. He might not play. But Malik Davis has actually been pretty good. I just go on the fact that Dak Prescott. Nick, what's Dak Prescott's record against the Giants?
Oh, that's right.
The last time that Dak Prescott has not lost to the Giants since 2016.
That's just insane, man.
9 years.
I can't believe Dak Prescott's been in the league that long now. That's just wild.
His rookie year was 2016. He lost. He went 1-1 against them that year.
Incredible, man.
Yeah. The Eagles against the Giants is just as bad. But, you know, the Cowboys have been killing us for years.
Yeah, so I'll just go on that he could have another 350-yard 5-touchdown day or something. I didn't give him 5 touchdowns, but I got 30-21. Probably going to be a little closer than that now that I think about it, probably more like 30-27. But I have Dallas taking that one, and Joe has it 37-27, Dallas as well. Brandon, what was your score? 31-28?
31-28.
For the Giants, yeah. And by the way, I would not be surprised if the Giants win.
Yeah, no, listen, I get everything everybody said on this one. This was one of the hardest games to pick for sure because, as Brandon has clearly stated the case for the Giants screwing up their draft picks brilliantly. And they played pretty well last week against a JV team, but still they played well. And Dallas, what a weird season for Dallas, but their offense is insane. So I'm going Dallas, man, and mainly because of what Craig said about the success. It's just, but I wouldn't be surprised by any outcome here. I'm going Dallas. And of course, if I'm picking Dallas, I'm putting their score in the 30s, 31-26 Cowboys. Yep.
Makes sense.
All right. And then the last two 1:00-ers got Green Bay going to Minnesota. And I haven't seen anything today, but the last I heard, Jordan Love is likely not to play. Is that what you guys have heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we know Malik Wilson's playing well, but still, it's their starting quarterback. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Is Jacobs playing? I heard Green Bay is one of the most likely teams to sit a lot of their guys.
Let me see if I can find anything.
Yeah, now it looks like Willis even is a little bit iffy from what I.
Yeah, that's right. It might not even be Willis. It might be the third string.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. Yep, you are correct.
So they just who did they just? I just saw they just signed Devin Ritter.
Yes, that's
the Riddler.
Get the heck out of here.
The Riddler might be starting.
Get out of town.
Yeah, based on that, and it's on the road, and Minnesota's been playing a little better. I'm going Minnesota. 23-21. And but Joe is still Still rolling with Green Bay, 20-16. Green Bay is the better team. Obviously, they're going to the playoffs. But with all these guys sitting, I'm just going with the home team instead.
Right on, Brandon.
Yeah, with guys sitting and us kind of not really knowing, some of these lines have been kind of weird. So the Vikings are actually favored by, well, I saw 6.5 when I made this. It's now 7.5. So they have no faith in the Packers this week, with their quarterback situation. I'm going Vikings 20-14.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah. On top of everything else, the Packers haven't been playing real well lately, you know?
Yeah.
So listen, I would have thought about taking the Vikings in this game if the Packers were playing everybody that was available to them. Forget not Jordan Love and whoever else might be injured, but if they were going to plan on trying to like go at it like they're really trying to win this game, I still would have considered picking the Vikings. And with everything else in mind, I'm definitely picking the Vikings, and I'm going to take them. What did I make the score? I'm making it ugly. I'm making it 19-17 Vikings.
Brandon, what was your score? I'm sorry.
20-14.
Minnesota, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. I just realized I did not do an upset pick, so I was just distracted by picking that.
Right on. Okay. Now, moving on to the last 1 o'clocker in two of the hottest teams in football. The New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. Brandon, go ahead and take it. I couldn't get that out with a straight face, but it's true.
Yeah, the Falcons have some good wins this year. It's just they have trouble stringing a couple together. And as we discussed, their record, now that they've won 4 in a row, I believe, is pretty good. But the Saints have been playing well too, man. I'm going to go Saints 21-16.
Right on. Craig?
Also going with the Saints. I just love what they're doing. Atlanta's coming off a good win, but they are wildly inconsistent. So that means they're probably going to play like crap this week. And New Orleans is not a team to play badly against right now because they're just playing so well. I have it 24-20, New Orleans. Joe also going with the Saints 27-20. Al, if you pick New Orleans, we're all 4 of us is going with an underdog here. See, Atlanta's favored.
Well, it is not a sweep. And this is one of those that as soon as I saw the game, I was like, I'm taking the Saints. So I said, you know what? Let me take a step back. The Falcons have actually beaten some pretty damn good teams in the last 3 weeks. Like, it's kind of weird. Kirk Cousins has played pretty well. You know, like I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth, you know, but it's true. Now, if anybody's been playing better than them, it's the Saints. But the Falcons are at home, so I'm going to go with the home team in a game I don't know what to do with. So I'm taking the Falcons, and I'm taking, what did I do here? 31-28 in a barn burner.
Nice. All right, 31-28. Guys, I've landed on the Giants as my upset pick.
Nice.
Figured I'd mention that.
That's a good one.
There's not a lot of good ones to choose from this week.
Yeah.
I'm not picking like the Colts over Houston, or I was thinking about maybe the Browns, but they're on the road. I don't like any of these other games. The other games have people not playing. Not picking the Raiders.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, and I could have went cheese and went San Francisco because Seattle's technically a 1-point favorite, but that's a cheesy way to do the upset. That's only 1 point, and that's really a toss-up.
Yeah, I'm with you. I stayed away from that one too, even though I was like, well, that you know, if I hadn't picked San Fran, I was like, I shouldn't do that anyway.
All right.
Okay, moving on to the 4 o'clockers. We have, I didn't think I'd be saying this a couple weeks ago, in a team that needs a bounce back after a rough couple weeks. You got the Cardinals at the Rams. Craig.
I mean, this has got to be a get-right game, right?
I can't see it any other way.
But the thing is, are the Rams playing everybody? Are they in a position where they can lose this game and not get hurt in the playoff seeding? Basically, what I'm asking is, are they playing everybody?
The Rams are not resting their starters. McVay confirmed they will play.
32-18 Rams.
Dig that.
With that information. Joe has 24-20 Rams. So he has it a little closer. But, yeah, got to be get right game.
Yeah, dig that, man. Brandon.
Yeah, I'm right aligned with you, Craig, basically. I've got Rams 33-20. I just don't see any way the Cardinals keep this one that close.
Yeah, I'm with all you guys. Even if the Rams were sitting people, I would have taken them. Although I would have had to think about it for another minute. But yeah, the Rams all day long. 40-21.
Nice.
Does anybody know if Devontae Adams is going to be back for the playoffs?
I have not heard. Boy, would I like to know.
Why is it active though? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because we're going to get to our playoff picks soon enough here in a week, and that's going to be a big factor for me in whoever the Rams are playing.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Okay, moving on. We got boy, what a stinker in this one. Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Frank.
All right, well, it looks like Gino is probably not playing in this game, from what I see, or at least what I wrote down. And you have, he said he basically avoided a high ankle sprain, but he still has a significant ankle injury. I don't see how he plays, especially with what we said and how well the Raiders are tanking. So no Gino, no Max Crosby, no Brock Bowers. The Raiders want the number 1 pick. I'm going Chiefs 28-13. Kenny Pickett was so bad in that first game that they played with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Craig.
Yeah, I have it gross. This is a game I have no interest in watching. I'm going Kansas City for the same reasons that Brandon listed. Las Vegas has no interest in winning. Kansas City 14-9.
Woo.
Gross.
Wow.
I love it. What did Joe give us?
He gave us 20-7 Kansas City.
I love it. I am much like the kid who at the pie contest in Stand By Me. I'm going to try and outgross you, Craig. I am taking Kansas City 12-9.
Oh.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, these offenses are going to be terrible.
Yeah, dude. This is one of the worst matchups you'll ever see. This is an all-time bad Raiders team against the worst season Kansas City's had in decades. So yeah, this is just it's going to be backup quarterback versus backup quarterback. And no better way to clinch down, lock down the number 1 pick for the Raiders than to start Kenny Pickett.
Yeah, they've got a tank for sure.
That's awesome. All right, I think that's enough about that one, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, moving on. We got another NFC East matchup. The Commanders head to Philly. Craig, you want to take this one first?
Yeah. Once again, is Philly playing everybody? I thought they weren't.
Pretty sure.
I actually thought they weren't. Joe put in his note to me, Philly plans on resting guys, and he picked Washington to win because of that.
They are resting. That's right. I did see this, but they're.
Well, he picked Washington 27-18. I still went with Philly thinking maybe if they rest, they'll be like maybe at halftime or something. I just went with the better team anyway, and they're at home, and that defense should still be able to stop Washington. So I have 20-12, kind of ugly. Yeah, Philly, regardless if they play everybody or not.
Right on. Brandon, what do you think about all that? And by the way, just to confirm what you said, Craig, real quick. Sorry, Brandon. The article I pulled up said in The Athletic, which is one of the better sources out there, says that they didn't specify which starters will not play, but expect Tanner McKee to start in place of Jalen Hurts.
Oh, so right off the bat, Hurts isn't playing.
Yes. But listen, and I'll tell you this. Anybody that hasn't seen this guy play, Tanner McKee is one of the best backups in the NFL.
I remember last year. He played really well.
When he got his shot, he played awesome. And everything I've seen from this guy in preseason, in limited snaps, in his few starts here and there, has looked incredible. So I expect them to be as good or better this week with him starting. So don't let that change your mind if you're on the fence because of it.
Yeah, it's also worth noting that I think they said that Mariota would not be back this week, basically.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's no real reason. I think what I was just reading was the coach said it was going to be a stretch for him to play. So
who's the quarterback then?
Josh Johnson again.
Oh, duh. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but they, basically before that, they were saying he had a chance to play. But yeah, Craig, in situations like this, I look at how they adjust the line. And when I wrote this, the Eagles were favored by 5.5. Now they're down to 3.5. So definitely some stuff has come out essentially about them resting some starters. So I actually adjusted my score a couple of minutes ago. I'm going Eagles 21-16. I'm still saying they're winning. Going to be a closer game.
I can dig that logic. Definitely. Yeah, this is it. Listen, I'm actually really looking forward to getting to see Tanner McKee play a whole game. I've been really, I listen, I'm not looking to replace Jalen Hurts or anything. I'm not starting that because Craig knows for sure that I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy, but I really, really have been intrigued by Tanner McKee and love what I've seen from him so far. So I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles put up more points than they would have with Jalen. So we'll see. But I'm going to pick it relatively conservatively. I'm going to go Eagles 23-14.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. And I'm curious to see. Last thing I'll say about that one, real quick, is I'm curious to see what people don't play, because the people that need the rest the most on this team is their offensive line. And I don't know. You can't sit 5 offensive linemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see what they end up doing, because they've been pretty healthy this year in their key spots, other than the offensive line and defensive line. Jalen Carter came back healthy last week. You saw what that did for him, and so it's mostly the offensive line that I'm concerned about now, and I don't know how you go about dealing with that. So we'll see what they do. But yeah. Anyway, all right. Last 4-o'clocker. And this is an interesting one, man, given that Miami has been playing a lot better and the Patriots have to win or at least we think they have playoff implications yet, right? Because they could still fall to the number 2 seed. Am I right about that?
I think if Denver wins and they lose.
Yes. Okay. So we have the Dolphins at the Patriots in a game that matters.
Well, that to me means New England's not resting anybody. And if they're not resting anybody, they're at home. They're going to win. And I have them winning pretty convincingly 26-13.
Dig that. Okay. And Joe?
Joe has them winning 20-13. A little closer, but still getting the job done.
Okay. Brandon?
Yeah, I've got them 31-17. I think it'll be pretty convincing.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I confirmed in the meantime they are not resting people. They are planning on playing, and so with that in mind, I'm definitely sticking with the score I had. I'm going Patriots 33, Dolphins 19. Oh, and I said that was the last of the 4-o'clockers. I was wrong. There's a bunch more 4-o'clockers.
Yeah, because there's no Monday night game.
That's right. Yeah, the only thing left other than 4-o'clockers is the Sunday nighter. So my bad. There's 3 more 4-o'clockers to talk about, starting with the incredibly disappointing Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, well, you said it. Incredibly disappointing. Bears are playing everybody, correct?
I'm going to find that in the meantime, but I think so. I'm pretty sure they have something to play for here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do too. So having said that, they're at home as well. A lot to play for, playing well, coming off of a game that they lost, but they definitely could have won against another really good team. Show that they belong. I have Chicago winning 27-21. Joe has it really close, 26-23, and Joe has Detroit as his upset pick.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the Bears close as well, even closer, 22-20. I think I'm probably giving the Lions a little bit too much credit, but yeah, I've got the Bears in a close one. I don't know if they really, I mean, they're playing for something, but I think they're essentially just playing for like a second or third seed, right? Instead of they can't really gain anything in terms of like they're already playing for field. They already have a home game, so
Right.
it's not like it's like too much that they're playing for, but it is something. They're playing their starters. I went 22-20.
Yeah, and just to add a little bit to that, the direct quote from Ben Johnson, the Bears head coach, is, "We are playing to win this week." Now, who knows? That could also be, coach speak BS stuff too. So, but from everything we can tell, they're going to they're starting people and they're going to try and win. So, with that in mind, I'm taking the Bears. They're at home, 27-20. But me and Joe are on the same page. Detroit's my upset pick.
Nice.
We're close again, Al. I had 27-21.
Hey, bam, that's right. Okay. Well, moving on. In a game that definitely has a bunch of stuff to talk about as far as who's playing and who's not. And this could have been the game of the week, but it is not going to be now, unfortunately. And that is the Chargers at the Broncos. Brandon, you want to take this one first?
Yeah, so we kind of established before that the Chargers aren't playing their guys. So that explains why the Broncos are favored by 12.5.
Yeah.
I'm taking the Broncos 31-17. Even with this, Chargers not playing anyone. The Broncos are going to win convincingly, but I don't think it's going to be like a 40-0 or whatever. We've seen Broncos kind of play down to their competition, so that's what I'm picking.
Right on. That makes sense. Yeah. Craig?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I have Denver 26-10. I just don't know, without Herbert and a lot of their starters, I don't know what the Chargers are going to look like. And Herbert definitely can use the week off, that's for sure, with that hand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're a 12.5 point favorite. There's no reason to think Denver's not going to win this game. They actually do, like we said, have something to play for with New England. Can get that number one seed. So 26-10 Broncos take care of business.
Right on. And Joe?
Denver 30-21.
Okay. Yeah, this is it's just a shame it worked out this way, but this is how it goes, and that's all right. Yeah, the Chargers are sitting everybody that has a hangnail to a serious injury. They are just going to chill it, and Denver is going to. I think I'm going to pick them bigger than I normally would for a Denver game because Brandon's right. They have played down to their competition a lot this season. But this just feels like the Chargers just rolling over and taking it. So I'm gonna pick them pretty big, 28-16.
Yep.
What else I wanted to say about that one? No. Okay, I was thinking of something else. We're good. Okay, so moving on. This is the last of the 4:00 games, and that is an AFC East matchup. The Jets at the Bills.
Bills have to play, right?
As far as I know, I'm gonna double check that as you're talking.
All right. I believe they do. And if they do, then I have Buffalo winning 20-13.
Yeah, I think they can get either the 5, 6, or 7 seed. Right now they're the 7th. So once again, it's not like they're going to get, it's a difference between a home game next round or whatever, but it's still something to play for. You get to play a team that you think might be easier the next round.
Right. And Joe has them 30-10. So he has a big score there.
Yeah, the McDermott has said that it is business as usual for the Bills in this game. Josh Allen will start. So that's all I need to know. And even listen, I would be picking the Bills if Phillip Rivers started this game. So I'm taking the Bills, and I'm taking them big, 31-9.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't do my pick. I got the Bills as well, 37-14. I think this is going to be a blowout, just as all Jets games have been in the last few weeks.
Yeah, this will be a whooping.
The Jets, by the way, have the worst December game point differential in history.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa. Listen, is Aaron Glenn going to survive this year?
I thought that it was a lock that he was going to, but now I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's exactly you just pulled the words right out of my head.
I mean, let's see. Last week they were down 35-3 and embarrassed themselves 42-10. The week before, where are they?
Holy crap, dude! 26-9 against the Saints.
26.
48.
Yeah, 29-6. Yep. Whew. And then 48-20 the week before that. I mean, they're getting annihilated in these games. Wow.
34-10 the week before. Yeah, that's your month right there. I mean, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Man, Glenn might not get out of there alive, and I really thought he was going to after a couple wins in the midseason.
Yeah.
Yep.
They keep talking about not wanting to turn over after just 1 year, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's tough. I didn't see a whole lot to like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go, boys.
There it is.
The Sunday nighter, the last game of the regular season, and one of the handful that really matter this week, and that is for the NFC North, the Ravens at the Steelers. Brandon, take it away.
All right, so it seems like Lamar's going to play this game. Said John Harbaugh said he's very optimistic that he'll play. Still, this is one of those tricky games, obviously. This is for the AFC North crown. Have the Raiders kind of learn their lesson in terms of not just running the ball with Henry, but kind of just like, having a game plan that really makes sense towards the end of these games. I'm going to pick the Ravens 24-21. However, the Steelers are my upset pick because
it's perfect.
If this does not play, if they do not do kind of what I think that they should do in some of these games, I can see the Steelers taking this and this being one of those kind of like weird, ugly games. So going Ravens, but Steelers are the upset pick just in case.
Did you say 27-21 or 24-21?
24-21.
Okay.
That makes a ton of sense, Brandon. And Craig, take it then when you're ready.
I hate this game. I hate this team, but Baltimore hasn't looked right, and Lamar hasn't been right. And even if he's playing, he hasn't been right the last few weeks. I would expect we're going to get another toned-down version. We're going to get Diet Lamar. And this is exactly the type of crap that Pittsburgh does and pulls off, and Aaron Rodgers especially, and they're at home. I'm going Pittsburgh 19-17. Don't feel good about it at all.
I love it. What does Joe think on this one?
Joe's with Brandon. He's got Baltimore 27-20.
Okay. So the Ravens were great last week. They pulled together the game plan, like Brandon has said, and won with their backup. I mean, Lamar coming back, everything lines up for them. The Steelers looked like absolute trash in a game that could have locked up the division for them. So everything clearly points to the Ravens, which is why I'm taking the Steelers.
Because it doesn't make sense, right? And that's why I'm doing it.
Exactly. And nothing has made sense with this Steelers team all season. Not a single thing. Or the Ravens, honestly. So this is a screwed up division, a screwed up two teams that the fact that either one of these teams is going to win a division this year is sad because neither of them are any good. So this is a fascinating game to me. I'm going to watch every second of it. I have a feeling it's going to be ugly as all get out, and I love it. Craig, what was your score you picked again?
19-17.
Well, you and I were very much on the same page, my man. I'm going Pittsburgh 20-17.
Wow. So the upsets are, I have the Giants, Al and Joe have Detroit, and Brandon has Pittsburgh. All right. Well,
those are all great upsets, by the way. Great upset picks.
Yeah, they are. Let's get through our power ranking. Let's get to the power rankings.
Boy, and we've talked about it every week. Just throw this out there real quick. I have three teams outside my top five that two for sure that I'd like to have in, maybe even four. So this is so hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna start us off here.
Let's do it.
My number 5 team is returning to my top 5. They were there earlier in the year and they dropped off a little bit, but they're back, and that is the New England Patriots are my number 5 team. And they have bumped you're going to be surprised. The Rams are not in the top 5.
Yeah, nor should they be in my mind. So I'm with you.
Yep.
Yep.
Joe's number 5 team is the Niners, and they were his number 5 team last week as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brandon?
My number 5 team is the Houston Texans.
Okay. Were they in your top 5 last week? I don't remember.
No, they weren't.
No, they weren't. So I kind of bumped them up
for you. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So did you also bump the Rams out?
Yeah, the Rams are out of my top 5.
Yeah.
Okay. My number 5 team is San Fran, just like Joe.
Yep, they deserve to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard. There were some teams I wanted to put in here, but I was like, how am I going to keep San Fran out of there? I can't. So, all right.
Number 4 for me is Jacksonville.
Nice.
They stay at number 4 where they were my number 4 team last week. But yeah, I love everything they're doing. I believe in them, and they're not biting me in the butt this time for the first time ever.
Yeah, that's right. No doubt.
Whenever I believe in them, they always lose, but not this year.
I love it, man. I love it. That's awesome.
Yeah. Joe's number 4 team, he did not take the Rams out. He left the Rams in. They're his number 4 team.
Right on, man. Hey, listen, it's his list and he can do what he wants. And I understand that some people, it's hard to let go of that thought that the Rams were the best team in football that a lot of people had all year.
Yep.
But they lost 2 in a row, one to the Falcons. I can't keep them in. No way.
Yep.
Yeah, too many good teams.
Yeah.
My number 4 is going to be a team that I haven't had in so far. I'm going with the New England Patriots as my 4th.
Okay. Love it.
Oh, you had Buffalo in there, so they're probably out.
Yeah, Buffalo's out of my top 5.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I have my number 4 team is another debut team for me, and that is the Houston Texans.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I tell you,
they're my worst record in my top 5 in my top 5 power rankings, but I just love the way they've been playing for the last 2.5 months. So I can look past the record a little bit and put them at number 4.
They were really hard for me to leave out.
It's understandable.
I really was stressed out of them.
And if you're looking for things to parse it, And if you look at record, they're going to be the one to get rid of. So I totally get that. I really do.
Okay.
Yep.
My number 3 team is the Denver Broncos.
Okay, nice. Where were they last week for you?
Denver was my number 5 team, so they moved up.
Okay, cool.
Because they just keep winning and winning and winning and winning, and there's no reason, they're vying for the number 1 seed in the AFC, so there's no reason to think that they can't do it, which is why them and New England, who are the 2 teams going for that number 1 seed, are both in my power rankings.
Right on. Absolutely.
Joe has Seattle number 3.
Okay.
For him, takes the place of the Rams. The Seahawks dropped, even though they won.
That's interesting to me. That's a surprise to me.
Yeah. He had them as number 1.
That is, Joe has 2 big surprises. That and the Rams still being in there.
Yep.
My number 3 is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah,
so's mine, Brandon. I'll just throw that out there real quick since you're the same as me.
Jacksonville in our rankings. This is great. New blood.
How about it, man?
New blood. New teams.
I love it. Yeah, it's really cool. Who knew Duval was going to have such a good rookie season as a head coach, man? Go get it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
All right.
All right.
Number 2. This is my biggest jump and probably a surprise, but I was the highest on them last week. I had them at number 3 last week, and I moved them to number 2, and that is the San Francisco 49ers.
Hey, man, yeah, no, listen, I get it. I do. It's a little surprising, but it's not crazy.
My logic is the same as the AFC. They're vying for the number 1 seed in the NFC. They can
fair.
Absolutely fair. So that's why I have them at number 2. It's been a purdy party, and I'm here for
it. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's so awesome.
Joe's number 2 is Denver.
Okay.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm an even bigger jump than you, Craig, for the Niners, because I didn't have them on my list at all last week. They're my number 2 team now. I was so impressed by that Chicago victory, and I'm picking them against Seattle this week, so they've got to be in there.
Exactly, and that means you have them as the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yep.
Man, that's amazing, and it's right there for him. I never thought that would have happened when Nick Bosa went down in week 6 or whatever that was.
And they're home.
Incredible.
Sorry, I got a call. I'm dumb.
No worries.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So did you tell us Joe's number? You did tell us Joe's number 2. What was it again?
Denver.
That's right. Okay. And then and Brandon, tell me everybody's number 2 again, real quick, Craig.
Me and Brandon both have San Fran number 2.
San Fran, that's right. Okay, thank you.
And Joe has Denver.
Okay. So my number 2 has. Let me just make sure one thing real quick. Yeah, they are tied for the best record in football with 2 other teams, and they are nicked up because of their easy schedule. I get it, but boy, I have nothing I can't. I was guilty of that big time for the first 3 quarters of the season. I am now over it officially. The Patriots are my number 2 team.
Okay.
All right.
Very good. All right, my number 1 team remains the same. It is the Seattle Seahawks. They were my number 1 team last week. They're my number 1 team this week. And Joe, as you know, Seattle dropped to number 3 for him. And there's only one team with a really good record that's left for him, and he's got him at number 1, and that is the New England Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little confusing because I'm picking San Fran, but I think Seattle deserves the number 1 seed on my power rankings. The defense is playing fantastic. Seattle has the best point differential in the NFL by far. They're plus 181.
Wow.
So, yeah. And just to say it, one of the reasons why I didn't have Denver in my top 5 is their differential is plus 74. I just think that Denver is just winning all of these games so close. And I can't fault them because they're winning, but I have them as my number 6 team, I think, this week.
I'm right there. That's exactly the same as me, and for the same reason.
Yeah, I have Houston and Philadelphia.
Denver and Philly would be my 6 and 7. Rams would be 8.
Yep. Okay, Al. So your number 1, I'm assuming, is also
Seattle.
Yep.
Yeah. There is, like, I've been saying this for a couple months now. There is not a juggernaut in this league, and the Rams have proved that over the last 2 weeks. But if I got to pick a number 1 team, it's easy to make it Seattle right now. It's like the other 2 teams that have the same record have some holes you can poke. The Broncos have played a lot of games similar to the Eagles this year, like we talked about, that have been way closer than you might expect, playing down to competition, things like that. And the Patriots have a JV schedule. So it's, there are holes you can poke. You can pick at them. It's hard to pick at Seattle very much. So I will take them, and I didn't have to think about it a whole lot. Everything else I had to think about a lot. Seattle was my easy number 1.
Yep.
Totally. And having said that, I don't find it weird that you and I are both picking against them, against your number 2 and my number 5 team, Brandon, because other things factor in, like San Fran being at home.
So when we go next week and preview the first round of the playoffs, are we the power rankings are done, right? Or do we do one last one going into the playoffs?
I think it might be cool to do one last one. What do you think? What do you guys think?
And I think it would have to be all playoff teams, right?
Yeah, we just power rank let's just power rank the playoffs from 1 through 16 or whatever it is. How many teams make the playoffs in the NFL? 14?
14. We could do that.
Yeah,
I mean, Brandon, you on board for that?
Sure.
All right, yeah, we'll power rank all the playoff teams 1 through 14.
That's awesome. Cool. I didn't even think about that. I'm glad you brought that up. That's cool. That'll be fun.
All right, awesome. Well, okay, guys, that is week 18. Did the best we could with what we're given, because who knows what's going to really happen. But it's always a tough week. But I'm glad at least we've got 3 or 4 games that really do matter.
We got some fun stuff, man. We really did. We got some fun stuff to look at and think about, and all the way until the last game of the regular season, the Sunday nighter with the Ravens and the Steelers. So we got some stuff that matters, and some fun stories aside. Myles Garrett trying to get the sack record, all kinds of fun stuff in the last week.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. I hope he gets it too.
Me too, man. I would love to see it would suck for him to be this close for so long. It just felt like this was going to happen a month ago. If it felt like a lock. So, but it's never a lock to get 22 and a half sacks in a season. So, yeah.
And I hope we get, what's his face from Chicago?
Get the 4,000.
4,000. Yep.
4,000. Yeah.
And also the Jets don't get an interception, so that way they go all year without it.
Yes. That's awesome. I can't. I'll be looking at all that. That's great. Good stuff.
All right, guys. If you don't have anything else to add, I'm ready to sign off.
Good here. Thank you both as always.
Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me. Thank you guys for joining us and making this our most popular podcast, the preview show.